4 hours going around in some Dwemer, abyss for
Yeah,
no good reason
if
than
we
to
spend a
reach the
month in
chest at the end.
Blackreach, yeah.
Like the world should be changing, and I'm okay if you guys want to go and do things like that's totally fine, but I don't like the idea of no consequences. If I put a big plot arc and you guys go, doesn't sound interesting, I'm okay with that.
It's still going to affect the rest of the world, though.
But that still affects the world in some context. Like I posed the you're like, well, where should we go? And he's like, you should go to Watcher's hideout. Because I know some bad shit's happening. And then you guys go there and you're like, holy shit. If you guys didn't go, I would have killed everyone in Watcher's hideout. Like, straight up, everyone that Kiro cared about and loved would be dead. Because, at least in my mind, it does two things. A, the world changes. And B, Kiro's character develops when she eventually finds out that the act of you guys not going ultimately led to the death of everyone that she cares about.
That's not something good to have on you like that.
Yeah. Right, but it still develops the story for you guys as well as the world, and ultimately that's where I kind of want it to fall. So ultimately, I guess it kind of comes back to: do you feel that I gave you enough freedom to follow the quest, but to do it in your own style, versus you need to go here, then do this, then do this, then do this, and no matter what dialogue you stated of like the 3 dialogues, the answer from the computer was always going to be the same. Like classic Fallout style, where like you click on something and
Fallout.
then
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, yeah. Skyrim, Fallout 4, a lot of the more current games where it's like, you have 3 options, and I'm going to say the exact same thing no matter what you fucking said.
Just fuck you.
I'd like to be friends. Die, scum!
Mm-hmm. No, don't laugh, Zach. It makes me angry.
I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing at the reaction to the scenario.
Yeah. There's a scenario in Fallout that's exactly like that, where it's like, hey, you seem like a pretty cool guy. You want to let's go, let's have a talk. And then like the very next response is, I want you to die. And then
I like that your joke was to you accidentally said ghoul instead of cool, considering.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I like the idea of sandbox. I want to be able to do what I want, but every time you play a game and you put in all the cheats, you start to lose interest. I think you're right. If I got everything I wanted, it would kind of be lackluster. Like, there needs to be some consequences to our actions.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm saying I'm a child. Don't give me what I want, because what I want is to be level 30 and to have super badass gear and to kill a bunch of stuff. But that's not good in the long run.
But as far as like story goes, did you feel that like when I introduced a situation, you guys had options? It wasn't like not just like 1, but like 2 to 3 to 4, or even like limitless, where I just sit there and I'm like, you guys fucking figure it out.
Yeah, I felt a little stuck dealing with Latia, but like the jawbone I think was perfect, because we managed to resolve it without too much violence until the last minute, and like there was research involved, but with Latia I think we kind of shoved ourselves into a corner, so there wasn't a lot you could have done.
Yeah, you guys totally fucking signed yourselves away on the Latia thing.
Dang it, Balor!
But I mean, part of the thing was, I specifically had NPCs warn you guys, where they're like, do not negotiate with her, do not like you really shouldn't even go there, because basically she's a high CR entity in the Ironwood Forest. She would have turned you into plant food without.
So you're saying
trying.
If we want to get ourselves annihilated, there's only so much you can do to stop it.
If I give you enough freedom, I also have to give you enough rope to hang yourself.
Yeah.
And with Latia, that was one of those scenarios where, and to be fair, I could have said something really fucked up, like your firstborn child or something like weird like that. But like I gave this specific thing which I felt would further the plot in an interesting way, because it brought you to Mariani and introduced you to all these cool characters, and to the overall bigger story, which really the story for me was the introduction and integration of the council to you all, and let you guys throughout the story, and basically Miriani had just this wealth of information about Dalor to explore on, and you guys got about, I'd probably say 60% of it.
That's better than I thought, so that's pretty good.
So, just little things like that. But like, if you wanted, I mean, but I also integrated Kiro's story into that, and of course Kiro wasn't fucking there for like half of it, so fuck me. But whatever. So I'm getting the understanding that yes, you enjoyed the way that I did things. I'll keep doing it. With that being said, probably the way that I set it up, I was gonna lean towards either Nate or Balar, or Valium or Balar's storyline next. So with that, I think I will slowly direct the next chain towards Balar because it exists. But I think maybe we'll take a trip to Gazneg first, since that's kind of on the way. I think I think a lot of you would really like to see Gazneg and to build Gazneg together. Because I know Zach wants a new pistol. I know Steven needs to do some motherfucking research and to find a fucking detect magic scroll. Gazneg would be cool. I think as a city, but I think on the path towards where you guys need to go, I think that would be pretty good. Is that region?
Steven, want to see Gazneg, but Beavis would have some hesitation because he doesn't want to run into his family.
Which I think would be great role playing to deal with that, because I mean, like, that could be some of the funny things, like, which I'll message you about, but it'll be like that. Hey, Steven, do you know why, or do you want me to surprise you as to why? Like why did Beavis leave? I don't know. Does Steven know why Beavis left?
Yeah.
Okay, well then there's that answer. But I might be able to introduce some new variables,
some wrinkle to it.
Well, since Beavis left, things probably changed for good or worse. Maybe Beavis's house is third instead of second, and they blame Beavis for that, or something like that. I mean, there's definitely something there. And to be fair, if we entered that realm, we'd probably do Beavis' storyline first, because I
unless
think
we just briefly glanced over it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to do that. If we're gonna dive into someone's background, I want to do it like full-heartedly, which could be cool, because then we get to explore the Black Rock Chasm, the Underdark. I mean, there's a lot of meat there, and so you guys could do a lot more dungeon delving and cave delving, which I know some of you, like when Cloric was doing his thing, you guys were like, man, these fucking dungeon things are really cool. Well, Black Rock Chasm is the perfect place to really go down and do that, because there's a giant fucking fissure in the middle of the world that's just begging to be explored.
Yeah, it is.
So anyways, as far as things go, level up your characters. Let me know what you picked in like a PM via Skype of those sections. Like, hey, I get this and I get this and I get this. This is what I took. Just so that I know for me. And from here on out, I'm going to double all XP games so that we should be leveling twice as fast. I think leveling at that point will be right about where I want it to be, because it's just too slow, and I'd rather you guys get to the really cool shit and the creative stuff, where the wizards can do really fun, interesting things, and the warlock gets more than 3 fucking spells, and the cleric can actually like res the dead.
High five, Beavis.
Only have 2.
The fighter
more
gets,
those choices.
Oh, I learned it. No, I
the
didn't.
fighter gets to actually learn some more magic and go ham on things. I think that'd be cool.
I'm trying to get to the point where I can actually integrate the magic with my stuff as opposed to picking one or the other. Because it's been so painful being just like, I got this I've got to melee people. Because I've got like the second most health out of all you guys.
Would you be up to running a one-shot next weekend to give me time to figure out the plot and stuff for our future campaign?
I refuse.
Next weekend?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
Saturday.
Yeah.
So you got a full week to do that? Okay, as a personal thing, are you cool if I make my own character? If you tell me what level he's supposed to be? Versus
yeah,
like a pre-made character. Or does everyone want to do that too? Because as long as everyone has control of a character sheet.
Yeah, how does everybody feel about that?
If you're happy, I would just play Izro again.
I mean, that's fine. If
I
you
liked
guys
him.
do that.
I like that
Yeah,
character.
I'm okay with the Wild Mage. That was fun.
You can drop him into a new setting if you want. Maybe it's like a prequel or a sequel or something. But I like that character.
I just figure one thing that would make you easy, Cloric, is if I just built the character so you don't have to build a character. With that being said, I think I remember... Zach, were you there for that session?
Nope.
Okay, so Zach would need a character.
I have another character.
Okay.
I have depending on what level it is, I have another 5e character that I was using from my local campaign. So if that makes things easier on you, I can just grab him.
Well,
We might have to
basically,
adapt it, but it could work.
the reasoning is essentially what I was going with that, Cloric, is I'm happy to fully fit within your campaign structure, but I would need to know what everyone's classes are so I can build something that fits the the realm of everybody, and I need a character sheet and stuff because you have DM control of all that hoopla.
Wait a minute. You don't want me using that character because he's using a lot of homebrew stuff. I just realized.
Yeah.
Okay.
No boy.
But yeah,
no
there's a barbarian and a wild mage. It's currently the two.
Percy, what do you want to play?
I was thinking about using a two-handed fighter.
Okay, what would I need to play to fit in then?
Cleric would be
Whatever
good.
you want.
I mean,
You should be a bard.
you guys just want me to be a bard all the time, just like nothing but music.
I mean, bards can actually heal.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a bard
Bards
too.
have the
No, Versi,
healing word that I
pick-
always use.
Versi, pick what you want. That's why
Okay.
I'll play off of you. I'll throw something together in like 20 minutes. It probably won't be effective or anything, ultimately effective, but that tends to be what happens with my characters anyway. So
It'll be totally useless, but I'll put it together.
not useless. It just won't be. I'm not min-maxing everything.
Just not ideal.
I would probably play like a war cleric or a fighter.
Well, as in that's what what you're suggesting I should play,
Well,
or what
that's
you
I
or
would
what you want to play. Okay, then okay, that's
So, or which actually, let me put it like this: I would play. Assume that I will play a fighter or a druid.
Okay.
So you could play a cleric. You could play a fighter or the druid. I mean, whichever one I don't pick of those. You could play. What is he? We have the barbarian, a bard, obviously. You could play. Oh, is there a rogue?
No.
You play rogue. Play like a trickster, rogue, where you got like magic and roguish abilities.
isn't that already akin to what I'm doing?
Yeah, except for they're more like sneaky motherfuckers than anything else. Like you get mage hand, like innately as like a cantrip. So like right now I have a trickster rogue in my other group, and she is the bane of my existence because everything that I come up with, she fucks with it because she's creative as hell. So she's like, hey, there's a door there, right? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I mage hand it closed.